Sir, it's your boy Dubs Daily. Sun's beaming. I'm in the middle of the street. Really shouldn't be here, but I don't care. Haha. As you guys see in the title, video for today, gonna be doing a custom intake and also gonna be removing this permanently and gonna be doing a custom intake style setup. And I originally got it off of another YouTuber that first did it on his Mk5 Jetta 2.5 liter also. So I'll be putting his YouTube right there. Put it right there. All right, and y'all could check his out. That's where I'm getting this idea from. So anyways, let's get this started. So what I'm going to be working with for starters is a Spectre Performance air filter. You know, you got the white filter going around. You got the little entrance to the center of the filter, and you see the colors: white, black, white, black. You see what I'm going for? You got it. Second part of this custom setup is we got the Spectre coupler. Only one. If you guys watched the original video, the YouTuber that originally came up with this custom intake, he used 2 couplers, but there was another YouTuber that I'll put his name there too, another YouTuber that originally did the old method, and then later on he removed one of the couplers and only had the one, because I guess the shorter the intake is, the better airflow going to your engine. So that's why I'm deciding to only use the one. And then lastly, we also have by Spectre a 90-degree 3-inch tube or 3-inch elbow. So firstly, what I'm gonna have to do to even really have good access to this tube, I'm gonna have to be removing, of course, as I said earlier, the cover and then this intake tube and all of that stuff. So at the corners here, 2 T20 screws. Once I remove that, and then I'm gonna have to also pull it. Actually, let me just rotate it for now. And then I believe there's a tab I just squeeze, right here, tab I squeeze, and then that releases. Also gonna have to unplug this, of course. Take a set of pliers, squeeze this, and after that's taken care of, I'll be popping each corner of the engine cover, and I'll have to shift it back and then basically tilt it and lift it forward, and the whole thing will be removed. This thing was pretty annoying, to be honest. I had to look up 2 videos because one kind of showed how to do it, but it wasn't working, and then another one gave like a little extra step that wasn't mentioned in the first video. So when that's sealed on, it's pretty difficult to get off. So what I had to do, I got a flathead. What you want to do, you want to push on the sensor and then use the flathead, get between this area right here, and also be pressing like that while you're pushing on the sensor, and then pull up. So there you go. Here's the engine without the engine cover. And yeah, let's get to the real process. So to start this, I'm going to be cutting after the PCV. So right at this corner right here, I'm going to be cutting after the PCV and the secondary intake hose. And that's where I'm going to be kind of building the rest of the intake from. Now, what I did realize after looking at the intake and looking back at the engine cover, that the method that I'm doing it after is the Mk6 2.5 liter Jetta, and that does not have a MAP sensor. That has a MAP sensor. So looking back and forth between the engine and the cover and where everything is positioned, I had to remove the MAP sensor bracket and all that stuff, and I'm gonna have to be installing it. But I guess why the original creator with the Mark 5 used 2 couplers is because that was basically fit for this model and engine specifically. The one with the Mark 6 does not have a MAF sensor, so the 2 couplers wasn't really necessary. So now, like, I did some thinking. I think I could make it work. I'm gonna have to probably cut this piece just to try and use as a coupler, put the elbow on, and then this is where I could mount my sensor and my filter. I hope it's gonna work because I kind of really tore this shit apart and I kind of ripped the piece over there. So yeah, there's kind of no going back from this. But yeah, if you have the Mark 5 and you plan on doing this, get 2 couplers. I'm pretty sure that will help a lot more. With the Mark 6s, 2 or 1 could be used, but the guy used 1, which is the method I was going with. But this kind of put me in a sticky situation, so let's hope this works. All right, we're kind of getting somewhere. This is the setup I got right now. So yeah, I cut it off, cut this tube right after the PCV. I should have just got 2 couplers because honestly I would have, I wouldn't have to be cutting so much of the original tubing. But have this set up right now, so I'm trying to use that piece that I just threw and use it to put over here, and there's an extra clamp that I do have, so I'll be good. Use that and then mount the MAF sensor bracket, and then I'm gonna be having the filter, of course, coming right after the MAF sensor. So yeah, that's the update right now, and I think probably the next clip it'll be done, but yeah, we'll see. So after some cutting and adjusting and rearranging and stuff, I finally got it to get it pretty snug. So this is the part of the tube from the original intake setup, and I have the MAF sensor going directly into the filter. With the fittings that they did give me with the filter, it didn't fit exactly how it should, but I kind of got it pretty snug. Like, I honestly cannot pull it off, so I'm gonna try with this and do a test fit. I really hope I have enough space, but I should have enough space, I hope. But yeah, I'm gonna do my test fit and see how it fits on. So as you guys can see, the sun is setting, it's darker. This took longer than it honestly should have, although it was a custom job. It took longer than it should have. Ran into some complications with getting things to fit and things happening in between that really slowed down the process. But let me just show you guys. So here it is. Honestly, it does look pretty ghetto. I'm gonna admit it, but it is what it is. I'll be making modifications, either taking things away or adding things to make it more secure and look better, or even change up the whole thing in the future. But this is just a little quick job. Anyways, as stated earlier, here's the stock piece, the PCV, and the secondary air hose or air tube. And then we have the Spectre coupler. So this is actually supposed to be here, but because I didn't have another coupler, I might just order another one and switch everything up. But because I didn't have another coupler, I had to cut a piece of the original tube that you guys saw earlier. I had a lot of trouble fitting that because it's probably like, it was just this much that needed to be trimmed off of this actually to get it to really slide in there. And even then, it was still a pretty snug fit, but I got a decent fit out of it. Not perfect, but decent. But yeah, this is supposed to be here, but I used this clamp that was actually on the air inlet hose going through all of this shit. The clamp was here, so I used that and put it here. And yes, I see it's not even on the coupler again, because I even squeezed it to the max and I couldn't really get it onto the coupler. So a little shady setup, but I can't pull it. And even if I were to pull it, like, the battery is kind of blocking it from going anywhere. So look, I'm actually really putting force into it, so it's a pretty snug fit here, pretty snug fit. And then of course we have the air filter, and it's a little wobbly, of course, again, because this is meant for the stock air intake system, and it's supposed to have some flex to it, but not really for this. This is a bit too much flex, but this is the setup right now. Again, looks kind of ghetto, but that's how it is sometimes with DIY jobs. But I will honestly be making modifications, changing it up, or adding things to make it more secure, as I stated, to look better and this, that, and the third. And yeah, so I'll be getting that taken care of. But anyways, let's see if everything is functional, if it throws up any codes, and how it sounds. All right, let's go. I already kind of started it earlier, that's why it's a little warm start. But no codes. Of course, except the light, doors open, all of that's open currently. Anyways, yeah. Oh, there you go. Actually, code came up. Engine code. I don't know exactly which one, but I expected this. On my Mazda, when I had that, when I did the Cork Sport short ram intake installation on that, there wasn't a video, but I did that before I started my YouTube. But anyways, I think whenever you do an intake swap period, the engine light's gonna pop up, so I expected this. Well, this code will either disappear or it will stay there, but I should be good as long as that intake holds up. But yeah, let's see how it sounds. So there you go, you guys heard it. Not too bad, not too bad. Can't really hear it as much as you wanted to, or even as I wanted to, because of the little rattling and ticking sound that you guys hear in my engine bay. Pretty sure it's a loose pulley. I got someone to look at it. Not loose, but it's slowly going, so that's what's causing that noise. But yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. As I said, I will most likely be changing up or adding things because I want it to look better and be more secure. So yeah, that's that. Quick DIY job though, you know, trial and error. That's how it goes sometimes. Hopefully I don't really have no major error. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You guys know the vibes. Follow me on the IG _daily__ change it up again. Yeah, show me some love, man. I got more. Believe me, I got more coming for you guys. Exterior wise, the V1 for the car is almost done. Version 1 is almost complete. Version 2 will be slightly, like, you know, some slight exterior things, but mainly interior, because there's some work that needs to be done inside of this thing. But yeah, that's about it. You guys know the vibes, man. Show some love. I'm out.